In the bustling city of Milltown, amidst the tall buildings and endless wave of people, there lived a small kitten named Whiskers. Whiskers belonged to Mrs. Thompson, a gentle elderly woman who ran a quaint little bookstore at the corner of Pine Street. She found Whiskers one rainy afternoon, shivering and alone, and decided to give him a home. Whiskers was the curious sort, always exploring corners and peeking into places he was hardly supposed to be. One breezy autumn day, as Mrs. Thompson was arranging books in her shop, Whiskers decided to venture out a little too far. The door had been left slightly ajar, and with a daring leap, he bounded into the bustling street. The city was a vast world for a tiny kitten. Whiskers wandered down alleyways and beneath parked cars, chasing fluttering leaves and tugging at loose threads. Soon, he found himself in a park, where children played and occasional vendors sold their treats. A squirrel caught the little kitten's attention, and he scampered after it, farther and farther away from the safety of the bookstore. Hours turned into the afternoon, and the skies shifted colors. Whiskers, now tired and wary, realized he didn't know which way led home. Meanwhile, Mrs. Thompson noticed his absence and became immediately worried. With heartfelt concern, she organized her neighbors, and they began their quest to find the little runaway. As night fell and the streetlights flickered on, Whiskers huddled under a park bench, letting out soft, hopeful mews. His tiny cries did not go unheard for long. A young girl named Lilly, who loved visiting the bookstore, heard the soft sounds and investigated. Spotting the frightened kitten, she recognized him instantly. With gentle arms, Lilly scooped up Whiskers and hurried back towards Mrs. Thompson's shop. The sight of the kitten in Lily's arms was enough to bring tears of relief to Mrs. Thompson's eyes. She thanked Lilly genuinely, offering her a special book as a token of gratitude. Whiskers was finally home, his wild adventure concluded. Snuggled in his familiar basket, he purred contentedly, while Mrs. Thompson softly stroked his head. The kitten's escapade had worried her greatly, yet it had brought the neighborhood closer, reminding everyone of the warmth of kindness and the strength of community.